Dea, Legomai Chivijeri Constantino, Cairete, Cairo, Pulo de Sarnia. In English, hello, my name is Chivijeri Constantino. You can call me Sir JV. Nice to meet you. Welcome again to our second class regarding the New Testament Greek or the basics of Greek. So last time we talked about the letters and sounds of Greek, and this day we'll have another lesson. So sit back and relax and enjoy. So this morning we'll discuss about the pronunciation and accents, and that is our module 2. So our objectives, first one, oriented with some Greek words and vocabulary. You are familiarized with the Greek pronunciation and transliteration. You will identify breathing marks and other punctuation marks. And finally, we'll exercise proper syllabication and accentuation of the Greek language. But before that, let's recap the Greek alphabet. What is the first letter in the Greek alphabet? All right, correct. That's alpha. Followed by beta. We have gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta, eta, theta, iota, kappa, lambda, mi, ni, C, omicron, B, rho, sigma. We have tau, epsilon, phi, chi, psi, and the last letter is omega. Very good. I hope that you are able to memorize these letters already. This time, let's proceed to some vocabulary. Let's learn the Greek verbs and pronouns, or nouns. First word is ago. So we have the alpha, gamma, and omega. It means I lead. Can you say it with me? Ago. Very good. The next word is akao. You can see here a diphthong O. It is pronounced as one. Let's read again. Akao. It means I hear. Akao. Next, the word blepo. So you can see the accent there. Blepo. It means I see. Next, we have echo. I have. We have the word luo. I lose or destroy. Next, let's proceed to the different nouns. We have the word, we have alpha, double gamma. By the way, when you read the double gamma, it is read as ng. So we have the word angelos. And here you can see the omega with the breathing. We will discuss later the breathing. This is called the definite article. It is a masculine definite article. Because in Greek, there are definite articles depending upon its gender. It could be a masculine, feminine, or a neuter. So in English, it means the. So the noun means, angeloso means the angel or the messenger. Next word is adelphos. Can you say it with me? Read it with me. Adelphos. It means rather right. Next word is doulos. You can say again a diphthong O. Let's read it as doulos. It means a slave or servant. Next word is, let's read karpos. One more time. Karpos. It means fruit. And the last word is logos. Logos. It means word as well. So it's familiar in John chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning was the word, that is the logos. All right, let's proceed to the pronunciation. The Greek letters were pronounced in the New Testament era, but it's uncertain where it began. But in lesson 1, the system that we follow is what we call the Erasmian system, named after the great classical scholar Erasmus. Even though this system does not correspond precisely to ancient or modern pronunciation, the value of pronouncing Greek this way is twofold. It is widely used for those who study ancient Greek, and it is the system which most clearly distinguishes the sounds of the letters, especially the vowels. Therefore, it can be a useful tool in learning Greek. Of course, another help in the pronunciation is transliteration. That means you transliterate the Greek letters into English. You translate alpha into A, beta into B. And by doing so, each letter, as you transliterate it in English, you can be able to pronounce it clearly. But remember that this is just a temporary method to aid in pronunciation. Of course, as we go along, you'll be able to read the Greek language fluently as your primary language. All right, let's proceed to the breathing marks. In Greek, there are one characteristic of the Greek language is that it has breathing marks. And there are two. The first one is called the smooth breathing. It resembles a right quotation mark. It's like the ending quotation mark, but it's only one. It's like this. And when you read that letter, uh, usually words beginning with vowels has a breathing. If you can see an alpha there with a smooth breathing, you pronounce the letter as it is. The next breathing is the rough breathing, and it's a single left quotation mark. So it's like the beginning quotation mark, but only one. And when you read this letter, example, you can see alpha with a rough breathing. It is read with letter H, so it becomes ha. So every Greek word with a vowel or a diphthong must have these breathing marks. In the case of diphthongs, the breathing is placed on the second vowel. And initial raw must have a rough breathing mark. So sometimes the letter raw, example here, rema, you can see a breathing there. And when you read it, it is not just read as letter R, but it is read with the H. So the rema becomes rema. So that's it with the breathing marks. Is that clear? All right, let's proceed to the next lesson about the punctuation marks. In Greek, there are four punctuation marks. The first one is a comma, and of course, followed by a period at the end of the sentence. So these two, the comma and a period, correspond with the English, and they are written on the line. That's why it's not hard to adjust anymore. The third one is the colon. It corresponds in the English colon or semicolon. But with that regards to the colon, which is a double dot, it is only one dot, but it is written above the line. And the next one is the question mark. So here, it is like the English semicolon, but its use is a question. So it is used in interrogative sentences. All right, so those are the four major punctuation marks. We have also other marks like the apostrophe. In Greek, it serves as to indicate that a letter is omitted. It occurs when a word ending in a short vowel is followed by a word beginning with a vowel as well. So if the vowel is short, it is elided or dropped out. And that process is called elision. The two words are pronounced as one. For example, here we have the word apo auto. So the word apo has an omicron that is a short vowel. And the second word is alpha also, a diphthong. So what we need to do is we need to do the elision. We drop the omicron and put an apostrophe there that we have dropped a letter. So the upper auto becomes up auto. That is the elision. The second one is the crassus. It involves the contraction of vowels or diphthongs at the end of one word and the beginning of another word, causing the merger of two words. So that is another process wherein the two words is formed to one, then two become one. And example here is kai ego. The kai ego becomes cargo. What you can see, the iota and the epsilon is omitted, and the two words become one. You have also the kai eke. It becomes kake. The same rule applied. So when you can see in the word kago and kake, we have a breathing or uh, an apostrophe above the alpha. That is called the coronis. It means that some letters are missing and it is a contraction. All right. And then the last is the, other than the coronis, you have the diaeresis. It is placed over the second of the two vowels, standing together to show that the vowels are pronounced separately and do not form a diphthong. So usually when we see two vowels together, they are pronounced as one. But if you see a diaeresis, then you can realize that this is not one syllable, but it is two. For example, the word here, akaiko, akaiko. So usually when you read it straightly without the diaresis, akaiko. But if you have seen the diaresis, it becomes aka, another syllable, a is another syllable, and ko, akaiko. Very good. So those are the other marks. Let's proceed with the syllables. Two important things should be noted in syllables, and one is it has vowels and diphthongs as many as syllables. The two vowels of a diphthong make one syllable. So logos here, how many syllables for the logos? We have the first syllable is lo. That's the first syllable, right? Second one is gos. That makes two. Next, the word adelphos. First syllable is a. Second is del. And the last is phos. That makes three. For doulos, here we can see a diphthong without the mark. No? So do, that's the first syllable, and los, that's the second syllable. So no rule adequately explains how to divide a Greek word into syllables in regard to the consonants. But generally, two consonants together are separated. For example, we have here the angelus with the double gamma and the double lambda. By the way, as I've said earlier, when you encounter two double gammas, it is read as ng. The first syllable is ang. So you separate the gamma. The second syllable is gel, and the last syllable is los. You separate the lambda as well. Same is true with a, del, phos. And for the consonants, d, da, k. D, da, k. All right? And the second is these final three syllables are designated as antepenult, penult, and ultima. The ultima is the last syllable in the word. The penult is the next to the last, and the antepenult is the third from the last. That is the one before the penult. Thus, in the word adelphos, the word phos is the ultima. It's the last. Of course, the second to the last is del, and that is the penult. Very good. How about the antepenult? That's right. That is a. That's the second to the last. So only these three receives an accent. If there's a four, then the others could not be given an accent. So let's take a look at these examples. For the word logos, there are two syllables. Therefore, we have only the ultima, cos, and the penult, lo. The same is true with luo. Ultima is u, and the penult is lu. For the angelos, ultima, los, penult, ge, and antepenult, ang. Adelphos, ultima, phos, penult, del, and antepenult, a. Very good. All right, let's proceed to the accents. Three accents appear in the Greek. The first one is the acute accent, the grave accent, and the circumflex. So these indicate the rising and the falling inflections of the voice and have to do with the pitch as in music. So when you read the Greek language, you will write singing with the use of the accents. Wow, that's nice. So the acute represents the rising voice, and the grave is the falling voice. And the circumflex is the rising and the falling. Eventually, accent came to denote stress as in English. But for practical reasons, the emphasis on pitch is not reproduced today, even though the three kinds of accents remain on Greek words. Alright, so these breathing and accent stand on the same syllable. That happens, the breathing mark precedes the accent if it is a grave or acute. But if it is circumflex, it is beneath the accent. For example, here the word oi, hoi, it's oi rather, oi ko. So we have the breathing and the accent is right next to the breathing, as you can see. And for the oi, we have the circumflex below, above, and the breathing below. So the acute accent is the most versatile of the three. It can stand on any one of the last three syllables. It will stand either long or short syllables. The second one is the circumflex. It can stand on long syllables only and will occur in the penult and the ultima. Finally, the grave accent, it's the very limited one. It can stand on the ultima only. So the falling could be on the last syllable, but it can stand on either long or short syllables. So other accenting procedures appear in appendix. So you just read our modules and our book. We should translate Greek into English or English to Greek. You need to consult these guidelines. Okay, let's recap our lesson for today. And for the pronunciation, it is derived from the Erasmian theory. Very good. Next, for the breathing, how many breathings do we have? Two. The first one is the smooth breathing. And the smooth is the ending. Only one ending apostrophe. And it is, the letters are pronounced as it is. And the rough breathing, the beginning apostrophe, only one. The letters are pronounced with letter H. All right, that's right. Next, we have the punctuation marks. We have the comma and the period, which is similar to English language. And we have the colon and the question mark, which is a new look. That's a new look. So you need to adjust with this. Next, other marks, we have the apostrophe. If a letter is dropped from the word, the crassus, the process, no? And of course, the corona, that is, the coronis rather. And the diaresis, if you separate the diphthong, that is not a diphthong, but those are two syllables. And for the syllables, it could be either antepenult, penult, or ultima. The ultima is the last, the penult is the second to the last, and the antepenult is the third to the last syllable. And the accents, of course, we have the acute, the rising, the grave, the falling, and the circumflex, the rising and the falling. So that's it for our lesson for today. I hope you have learned a lot in our pronunciation and accents. So practice reading and reading and writing so that you can be able to do it well. Remember, practice makes perfect. Very good. So don't forget to answer our exercises in our canvas. That's your assignment for today. And of course, study our vocabulary and the procedure in doing the syllabication, which words or syllables go to the ultima, the penult, and the antepenult. So there, God bless, and see you on the next video. Peace out.